Today we are to celebrate the launch of the book Bharat Kshetra, The Hidden Matrix by the one and only Vipul Shah.
What was the most emotional or the hardest scene for you to write?
There is this one scene, even talking about it actually makes me emotional right now.
तेज भी तू माया भी तू खिंडनी की मीठी काया भी तू ओम भी तू
सोहम भी तू ठहरे समय का श्याम भी तू
प्रवास भी तू प्रयाण भी तू अनदेखे पथ का अभियान भी तू तीन स्वर एक प्राण तीन अग्नि एक अभियान
Hello everyone, thank you. I hope everybody is energized and woken up by now after Thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody is energized and woken up by now after Today we are to celebrate the launch of the book Bharat Kshetra, The Hidden Matrix by the one and only Vipul Shah. My name is Reva and okay, I saw that coming. My name is Reva and I had the pleasure of working with him on this book through the editing process, and now I get to host this conversation with him, which feels like a full circle moment. So I'm so excited to begin. Vipul, how are you feeling?
Nitika, Vanshika, Disha, Hanishi, four of you have done a great job. So thank you for supporting me. It's okay. I will do this happen. So don't get nervous. I know that I am nervous, but you guys don't get nervous right now. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Vipul. Okay,
Hi.
water, yes.
Sorry, I'm a little bit shaky right now.
No, it's all good. Congratulations. So, how does this moment feel?
Very nervous. This is the first time ever I'm doing this. So yeah, probably I have to get used to it very quickly. I am sure that I'm going to do a lot more such events starting from now. This is just the beginning of a journey and super, super excited.
That's awesome. So, for those who don't know, this book is the first book in a 7 mostly part series. So, we have a lot more book launches coming on the way. So, for everyone, I know you guys did see the trailer, but for people who
Do not know about this book. How would you describe it in a few sentences?
This book brings in a lot of multi-story typeline. It talks about the current issues. Those are also in it. It's a contemporary epic fiction, but it also addresses, via very nice storytelling, which covers, there is crime, there is horror, there is occult thriller. It's a speculative fiction, but it is based on a lot of our own ancient scriptures. And there are going to be three heroes in this book who have now become very close to my heart. I really see them every day, all three of them. It feels like that they are not virtual to me anymore. Soham is one of the characters in the book who is going to be the scholar and the strategist in the book, nurtured by a ageless, mischievous sage. People will get to know once they read the book. And then there is Tejomayi, who is basically being trained by the seven ageless rishis and sages, and she's going to be the muscle among the three. And then there is Pravash, who is repenting some of his previous lives, mistakes, and all he wants and all he looks for is only love.
So this is a very multi-layered story. So I don't think it came to you overnight. So can you tell us how did this idea come to you? How long did it take?
This idea came to me back in 2006. There was a movie, Love Master. And there was one very touchy scene over there. It was a discussion between Boman Irani and Abhishek Bachchan. And that entire scene inspired me to write about my life. I have had a very interesting life, I would say that. And most of the people over here would actually say that. My mom would actually start crying if she start talking about it. But I started off with a project, that 100 lives that I have lived through my lifetime, covering the 100 very critical and key moments of my life, like my first ever crush, my first ever heartbreak, my first ever salary, my first ever proud moment, that when I saw my parents reach out, probably my first ever time that I saw them hurt because of me. So all of the key moments which define me, I thought that I write such 100 short stories. And later on, in around 2012, I came across this very interesting, fascinating concept of the entire new architecture of universe, how exactly it is architected, what are the elements, how does it exactly work, the math behind it, how it was related to very modern science, the way, and a lot of that I started doing research into Stephen Hawking's writing a lot, and I started comparing both of that. So it went on for almost a decade, that entire research that I was doing, and finally during the COVID time, I just thought that one research is going, and I was already writing my short story. I thought that why not club both of them? And it was an effect of a lockdown. You are sitting at home, you are sitting all the time from Bangalore traffic, and you have more time to think through to create a story. So yeah, that's how it took. But I would say it took 20 years as of today to get the story with the first book out.
What exactly made the switch between writing non-fiction short stories into turning your personal stories into fiction?
Who says it's a fiction? But yeah, I had to be a lot more sensitive when I am kind of writing a fiction. I had to give it a thought a lot about my readers, that how exactly they would understand, they would take some of the philosophical, some of the theories. It's not very easy to accept suddenly, when you are thrown on your face a very new concept, a very new. I be very honest about it, that I have been made fun of a lot whenever I used to try to explain to some of my readers. Like I am pretty sure that Akhil would agree to that a lot.
I never.
But yeah, it took its own time, but I have learned a lot. I probably forgot all my mathematics after my engineering, but because of this, my entire maths got refreshed. So yeah, that is needed. I would say that. Yeah, I became a student again.
Okay, so there is a lot of math and science in the book. So what genre would you classify this book as?
I would say they're contemporary epic fiction.
So it's
Based on some of it based on real life incidents.
okay. Can you explain the title of the book? So why Bharat Kshetra, the Hidden Matrix?
So Bharat Kshetra, the way we call it, and this happened to me with my family also when I was telling them, and a lot of people actually pronounce it as Bharat Kshetra.
Including me.
Yeah, they really do, actually. So while I was studying about the entire concept, so the entire island of Jambudveep, which is so massive, which we cannot even imagine, it's like a universe by itself. And the part of the Jambudveep where we live, according to a lot of this Purans and Sutras that were written anciently, we live in a part of which the part is called Bharat Kshetra, and then it is also divided in multiple continents, or the way it is khans. So there are 6 khans of Bharat Kshetra, and it was named after the first Chakravarti king who actually won all the 100 kingdoms. The King Bharat, he was a son of Lord Adinath, and there's a very good story about it, but it was named after him, and then that is how the entire Ishwaku dynasty came into the ruling part of it. So it kind of rolled down to then Ram, and then Pash. There are a lot of Jain Tirthankars who actually belongs to Ishwaku dynasty in this end. So I just thought that let me start with where we belong from. This entire journey that I want to tell about. So that's why I thought that I started Bharat Kshetra. And the hidden matrix, what you see over there, it actually touches upon a lot of current time discussions, like, you keep hearing all one world order or Illuminati or any of that sort. There are like a lot of conspiracy theories kind of going on. So I basically just picked up which actually made sense, some of those stories, and I just created a fantasy world inside my book, giving a backdrop to the entire story of these 3 heroes that got created in this. And yeah, they are going to basically unveil the entire matrix that is hidden to the human page and let the truth be out.
So for everyone who's hearing the word Jambudveep for the first time today, how would you explain it to them? Like simply, the most simplified explanation. What is Jambudveep?
It's a universe by itself. I would call it's a Middle Earth where we all live in. All the humans, all the lives who are not immortals, who are bound by karma, who are bound by life and death, birth and death. So there are multiple worlds within Jambudveep. There are multiple realms. There are multiple magical places in Jambudveep, and that's how I would say that everybody should start looking at it as.
Will the characters be going to any of these magical places?
Yes, they will. Most of the places.
Looking forward to that. So I remember during one of our conversations, you said you like the term mythology, and you would not label this book to be mythological fiction. Could you explain the reason behind that? Why?
The main reason behind it over a year, I try to understand. I started believing that everybody have their own truth. Everybody believes what they believe. When somebody tries to impose, like if I believe something, I try to impose my belief on somebody else. That is where the fiction comes into play. And to me, mythological actually always felt like that. Like telling something which is myth, which I don't believe it to be myth. Myth is a mithya, and this is my belief, this is my faith. So I don't believe it to be a myth. That is the reason I actually had a very interesting conversation with my publisher also, that you should not write mythological fiction in the genre. And yeah, that fight is still going on. They actually ended up doing that on Amazon.
No. Let's see. Okay, so once writing this book, like the past as how you think it has changed you as a person.
I feel that I have become a lot more mature. I have grown a lot. I would say that I have got a lot more peace. I know where to focus, where not to focus, where my thoughts should get directed to. That is what I would say. In beginning of my journey, I have gone through a lot of ups and downs in my career. I have faced a lot of challenges. But now anything come towards me, I just focus all my energy towards Jambudveep Series. Something goes wrong, focus your energy. You are angry, write an angry scene over here. So yeah, all my emotions get directed towards my book and my story now.
That's amazing. Moving on to the characters of the book. So this was the most enjoyable part of editing any book, like the characters we explore on the page. So I found out during writing this book that one of our main characters is inspired directly by Vipul's life. And I would like to know, how was it writing yourself down onto the pages of this epic adventure?
So yeah, I'll actually talk about the character. The character is Pravash in the book. I'll start with the name. First of all, I never liked that name, Pravash, to be honest, to name after my character. But somehow there was a very deep meaning attached to it. Pravash basically means a journey. And Pravash is also a jumbled word of Pashwa. Pashwa is one of the Tirthankar Jain, and I don't know, whenever I kind of come across Pashwanath Bhagwan, I just get too emotional. I get too emotional with his story, the kind of compassion, the kind of pain, the kind of emotions that Lord Pashwanath had gone through when he was a human. But I resonate a lot with all of that. So I just thought that I had to get something which is close to Pashwanath. So Pashwa, if you jumble it up, it becomes Pravash. And Pravash also means a journey. So I still went ahead with Pravash, even though I never liked the sound of it. But I thought that I get used to it. And recently, so I have actually, one of the videos which actually did not got played in the beginning, where we had some technical issues. That's a poem that is a part of the first book, which was recited by me in the book. And there is one more poem in the book which is in Gujarati. That is also, and we actually made a song out of both the poems. And now in book 2, while I'm progress of writing, and I wrote a song on all of these three characters. I wrote a single verse on all these three characters. And the way that song has come out for Pravash, every time for last, the song got completed only about like 4 days ago. And since last 4 days, me and everybody who has been helping me out, including you, has been getting to this particular song. And after that song, I don't know, now I have fallen in love with Pravash. That name, now I really started liking it a lot. So that's also a journey, from disliking it to liking it. Writing about Pravash was very easy because I knew what line I had to write next, what scene I had to write next. Everything was crystal clear in my mind. On the other side, it was very emotional also for me. It was very difficult to write on some of the scenes that I had to write about him. I know that many people actually gave me a very shocking experience, that who have read the book and when they actually got to know, oh, Pravash has done this and you have done all of this. Like, not many people actually could believe that. But yeah, I would say it was easy, and at the same time, it was very emotional and difficult to write about it.
One is the most emotional or the hardest scene for you to write?
There is this one scene, even talking about it actually makes me emotional right now. There is one scene where Pravash actually attempted to commit suicide. Like, he was a very reckless person. He was very, he would not think that what others would think of him, or he had a very, careless childhood is what I would say. And once in the book, Pravash's elder brother is Akash, and Akash is basically holding down his hand, and he cries while holding down his hand. So Yeah, that was a very difficult scene for me to write.
If I may, would you like to read out the scene to our audience today?
Okay, I can give it a try.
Oops. Awesome.
It's okay. I know.
You know, funny thing, Soham, because the book son says oopsie a lot, and now I'm saying oopsie all the time. So thank you, Soham, for that.
So yeah, this start off from after basically Pravash came back to his family after doing something mischievous, obviously. And Pravash's family is basically the Rathods in the book. So I just start from there. When the son came back home, the Rathod household slowly returned to a rhythm. Meals resumed on time. The evening temple bell once again echoed through the corridors, and the sound of children laughing softened the memories of silence that once filled every room. But even as smile returned, something lingered beneath the surface. One night, the clock had just ticked past 2 a.m. The house was still, save for occasional rickshaw bell ringing faintly down Elgin Road. The ceiling fan hummed gently in the room where Pravash and Akash now slept side by side like old times. Pravash stirred lightly, then froze. He could feel eyes on him. He turned. Akash was sitting upright, his eyes beaming, fixed on Pravash. His fingers trembled, jaw clenched like a dam holding back something vast. Bhai, he whispered, you have no idea. And then, like floodwaters breaking past fragile walls, Akash broke down. His hand reached down, clutching Pravash's wrist with a desperate force. He began to weep, loud and uncontrollable. Painful sobs that echoed through the room. Pravash shot up, wide-eyed. Bhaiya, what happened? But Akash wouldn't speak. His body convulsed with the grief he had buried for too long. I thought we had lost you. He managed between breaths. I used to wake up thinking, maybe you have jumped off the train, maybe someone had robbed you, left you in a ditch somewhere. We were looking at every face at every station for days. I kept thinking, what if this world has taken away my brother away? Tears began streaming down Pravash's own face. He clutched Akash's hand tight. I'm sorry, I was stupid. But I couldn't stop missing her. I couldn't. Pravash gasped, the weight of guilt and longing crushing him from inside. Two brothers, one still a boy, other growing into man, held each other, crying like sons mourning their father. Except here the fatherly love flowed from Akash to Pravash, raw and divine. It wasn't just brotherhood, it was a parental, proactive primal.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's a beautiful scene, I remember.
Really emotional while editing it. Okay, so
Sorry.
प्रवास भी तू प्रयाण भी तू टूटी राहों का अभियान भी तू सम्राट का संकल्प मेघमाली की माया अशोक का पश्चाताप महेंद्र की छाया विकट भी तू क्षमाशील भी तू घाव का दर्पण और दिल तुझी भी तू द्वार भी तू पथिक भी तू प्रहार भी तू
So moving on to Soham and Tejomayi. You spoke about Pravash, but what was the story behind both of them? What inspired them? Why those names? Are they? What is the journey we can expect of them throughout this book?
So I stuck with Soham. Soham was, again, one of the characters. It just came into my dream that I should write about this particular character. I'm not going to reveal that who exactly he is because that is probably coming out in the story, but somehow long before, it started off that first time I saw a boutique in Goa. Like it was actually part of the Chasa song also that there is a boutique called Soham. I don't know, somehow I got stuck to it, and then after years, my sister-in-law, she was planning to start a institution for dance institution, and she also named the institution Soham. They actually registered that name. Then again, over and over again, and then I just came across this movie called Tumbar. I just was blown away by that movie. Like first time I ever saw a dark fairy tale, I never actually knew there is a parts of a dark fairy tale also. Right? When I saw the actor name Soham Shah, producer Soham Shah, director Soham Shah, and then I kind of saw the meaning of it that I am he and he is me. The journey of my research, this two lines actually has such a deep meaning to it. It is not very spiritual. It's a lot of there's a lot of science behind it. If you actually see the cosmic map, the way it is described in our ancient scriptures, this two sentence tells the entire cosmic map. And so yeah, that's where I had to use his name Soham for one of the character who is going to be a most important. The entire story is starting to get revolve around him. Soham. Tejomayi, oh my god, I just admire her so much. And I had so much respect for her. It just formed with the word Tej and Maya. So Tejo is basically light, and she is an illusion at the same time. She is a power. She is a goddess. She is a superhero. And Pravash and Soham are going to depend a lot on Tejomayi to kind of come and save them every time. So yeah, that's how basically Tejomayi got born.
Okay, so let's play a bit of a fun rap fire Q&A just to get to know the characters and just get to know them better. Okay, ready? Favorite character to write?
Tejomayi.
Hardest character to write?
Soham.
Any character inspired by real life? Oh,
There are actually a lot of them, but yeah, I would say I'll stick to Pravash for now.
thanks. If you could have dinner with one character, who would it be?
It would be Kalahadut. He's a very interesting character in the book. Yeah, he's a very mischievous character.
Which character are you most like?
No idea if you have to answer
The
that.
third question. Which character your friends think you most like?
So actually, if I have to answer that, I'll just go back to your previous time. My friend thinks obviously that I am Pravash. But to me, I don't want to reveal who actually I am in the book. Because the depth of my thoughts are kind of with some other characters also in the book.
Okay, now I'm curious. Now I want to know. Okay, we'll discuss it later. One character you'd avoid in real life.
I would say, like, the character, I would say Harshdeep Khandola.
One character you trust your life with.
Tejomayi.
Which character surprised you the most while writing?
I would say Anasuya. Anasuya is basically the goddess who actually is treated as a mother of the three devas, the Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, why she actually, invited them to a lunch. So she's also one of the characters in the book. The way I planned to write her, and I ended up writing her, it kind of surprised me a lot. I started, admiring her a lot as well at my story.
Okay, so that's all for the rapid fire. But right now, I think Vipul did hint at this before that he wrote these beautiful verses for all the characters and transformed it to like this wonderful music, which we would like all of y'all to experience. So if we could have the music play for the three characters, it would just, I could explain the depth of the characters and the thought that Vipul put into the lyrics themselves.
So this is actually written as that all my readers, all of you guys should excuse me, I am still a first time mother. I may not have done the justice to the character the way I wanted to portray them. But please do listen to this. This is how I exactly wanted them to be. I hope in my upcoming books, I'll be able to bring out them something like this, the way you will hear them.
सोहम का श्वास भी तू, नीरव सा विष्णु विचार, ज्ञान का प्रकाश भी तू। रक्षक का संकल्प भी तू, प्रेम का वो मर्म भी तू, जिसमें जग का अर्थ भी तू, नीति भी तू, करुणा भी तू, संसार भी तू, प्रेम भी तू, प्रेम ही तू, जो जो दिशा दिशा में रमा वो तुझ में।
माया भी तू, खिंडनी सी मीठी आया भी तू। राधा की रागिनी, लक्ष्मी की लय भी, पद्मा की नरमी, शक्ति का प्रलय भी, हंसी में उजाला, क्रोध में विनाश, नेत्र उठे तो कांपे प्रकाश। रूप भी तू, दंड भी तू, लीला भी तू, प्रचंड भी तू, प्रेम भी तू, प्रेम ही तू, जो दिशा दिशा में रमा वो तुझ में।
प्रवास भी तू, प्रयाण भी तू, टूटी राहों का अभियान भी तू, सम्राट का संकल्प, मेघमाली की माया, अशोक का पश्चाताप, महेंद्र की छाया। विकट भी तू, क्षमाशील भी तू, घाव का दर्पण और दिल भी तू, कुंजी भी तू, द्वार भी तू, पथिक भी तू, प्रहार भी तू, घाव भी तू, क्षमा भी तू, मिच्छामि दुक्कडं हृदय भी तू, प्रेम भी तू, प्रेम ही तू, जो दिशा दिशा में रमा वो तुझ में, प्रवश अभियान, क्षमा क्षमामि, मिच्छामि दुक्कडं.
What was the hardest part from like beginning your writing journey until like today, like books launch? What do you think was the hardest to get through, like the editing, the writing, the marketing?
Hardest part during the journey, it was definitely like you're doing two jobs. It's a two full-time jobs. I'm still working this is not my primary job. So that was always, you always have to strike the right balance. And apart from that, I also had some commitments towards the sports that I used to play. And it became a little bit tough. But right now, what I can say is that the place that I have reached right now, there are these distractions, which sometimes just comes and kills the momentum, because you are still not out of your daily routine. What you are still responsible for in the end, you have to hold those responsibilities.
Many aspiring writers always come up with this excuse that they have a full-time job, so they can't write. So what would you say to them?
I would say that's an excuse, as you mentioned. But that's what I'm saying, that it's a very beautiful part to the life if you actually add to it. If you write even about yourself, about the journals, or anything, sometimes you end up writing that you yourself will be surprised. It will just surprise you, and that's a satisfaction, you get, and you want to wake up to that. So yeah, I would say that it actually does not even, it's not only about writing, it actually transforms your day-to-day life also a lot. The way you look at things, the way you perceive things, the way you respond to things, everything kind of starts changing a lot once you start writing down your thoughts. I know that in today's world, ChatGPT is spoiling us like crazy, but this is in my profession why it's still telling people, and I see that sometimes even I get a WhatsApp message written by ChatGPT. Like I'll be working from home, that is written with a M dash in it. I even get those messages. So my suggestion to everyone is that don't do that. Personally, if you can't pick up the pen, please do type. Use your thumbs for that.
Got it. So how was the editing process from the first draft to the current version we have? How did that look like? How many words did you have to cut on?
So you're basically hinting that I have to tell that what kind of a trouble you created for me.
Yes.
She actually removed 150 pages from the original book that I wrote. And she was very strict with me. I know that she wouldn't like it, but I'll still say the first comment that she made after going through the book: Vipul, if you want this book to be a commercial hit, it's not going to be. I'm telling you right now on your face, and I'm being honest with you. And yeah, I was shattered, I would say. That was the first discussion that we had. I was not very acceptive of it, obviously. In my mind, what I had written was the best thing to happen, and And there is one thing that I really want to thank Amish Tripathi, who is the author, and there's something that I've picked up from him, I've learned from him. Long ago, he said that if you put yourself into a comfortable situation when you are, working on such kind of a project, you are never going to evolve, you are never going to grow, you are never going to get better. So you need someone who can challenge you, who can put you into uncomfortable position, and that is where the growth happens. And thank you for giving me that. And that is the reason that I really admired and loved the journey, our discussions. So for me, it was again very emotional and very overwhelming, the kind of support I got from my editor. Because I have seen that we actually sat through 8 hours, 10 hours, like almost on a daily basis. And suggestions were not only about writing, suggestions were also about my thought process, that how I should be thinking about building a character, the GMC concept that you actually taught me. I never had a mentor to, how I'm supposed to build a plot. So, yeah, I would say it has been a really great journey for me. It's uncomfortable, but a great journey.
That's great. Okay, so we're on to the final questions, and then we will open the Q&A to the audience. So, did you map out everything? So, like, how was the planning process like? Because I know there are multiple characters and multiple storylines, and there's a lot of research into this book with stories, with Jain and Hindu mythology, cosmology. So, how did the planning look like? How did you gather your thoughts, collect them together?
So I never saw any of this research work as like a puja part, or I am doing it very spiritually. It was never a spiritual journey for me. It was always, I try to be more logical. If things makes logic, if things sounds, it's reasonable. That's how I started looking into things. And it was not only, I would say that I have read Jain Sutras or Purans. I learned a lot about Christian. I actually read most of the Gospels, if not all. I can say that the Old Testaments. I went through Quran, Hadith. Sometimes Yasmin out there, I don't know where she is. She has always been, there to correct me if I kind of get some concepts wrong. So it was always, even when I used to have discussions with my mentors or my friends, or I remember that I was in Kashmir, and in Kashmir also, I actually met some of the Muslim scholars also over there. And I ended up telling Yasmin about it, that, okay, this is how all of the things work, and this is a logic behind it. And sometimes she was surprised at how do I know all of this. Same thing applies to Christian and Jain, and sometimes I have had some terrible arguments with my mom, I would say. She was never happy with some of the concepts and the theories that I used to come, because she's a very spiritual person. She's a very religious person. And at times she tries to stop me, but then she was my first teacher who actually taught me the entire cosmology concept. And I don't know whether Chandrika auntie is there or not. Okay. So she was my another teacher who actually taught me the entire concepts. But I always challenged them with the logic. I never looked at things with the spiritual lenses or with those kind of a perspectives. So wherever it made sense for me. So that is how, when the math worked out, I started believing in it. I never focused on that, what religion it is about, because in the end, religion is just a way of looking at life. It's just that how we are taught, that from your childhood, from your birth, that this is how you should look at life. And I would not say that we should actually go ahead and challenge all of that, because there is a lot of ancestral knowledge and history behind it for that knowledge to reach us, but do understand it. So that is how this entire, the planning part was for me.
Got it. Okay, so a few rapid fire questions. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Are you a morning writer or a late night writer?
I would
Yeah.
like no such routine. I'll just if I'm sleeping in afternoon, I'll wake up and I start writing. If I'm sleeping in night, if I'm sleeping during the night, I'll start writing it. If my bosses give me some work during the night, like I have to deliver something, uh, like I'll just take a break and start writing when it kind of becomes very overwhelming.
Okay, so the perfect.
But I would say that more effective during the night, during late nights.
The perfect writing setup, silence or with music?
Music, a very soothing music, always has to go on in the background.
What music were you listening to for Bharat Kshetra?
Right now, for last about couple of months, it has been Shri Krishna Hare Hare Murari. That has been my. There is one version of it which is very slow and smoothing. So yeah, that
One thing you always need while writing.
snacks, lot of junk food, Red Bull. All of that has to be there.
The favorite place you've written this book from?
There is this one scene that which is a part of it is part of book one, which I wrote from Bhandirvan in Vrindavan.
Wow. What is your biggest distraction while writing?
Office calls.
How many times have you rewritten the first chapter?
Oh, I just can't recall, but there are some people in the audience who have actually seen, who have read a lot of versions of the first chapter, and yeah, I just don't recall. And how many times I have been mocked upon because of my first chapter draft. कि अरे यार ये प्रवश की लव स्टोरी खत्म कब होगी, कितनी लव स्टोरी है उसकी. So yeah, I still have saved the first draft that I wrote of first chapter, and I go back to it, and it just gives me a very good feeling that okay, how far I have come along from that place.
Okay, so we're down to the final question that I have for you. How would you want your readers to feel once they read the story?
So one thing that that I strongly believe in, and this has come over with the experience in my life. When I got an opportunity to help some people who are actually from slums, who are like one of them was a security guard at Volvo when I was working there, and he just approached to me and he just asked me that, Vipul sir, can I just get a job interview? If you can just try me out. And we interviewed him, and that was one of the best ever interview that I had ever taken. And I asked him that, what is your education background? And he did not even did his 10th. He did not even pass out. And I asked him that, how did you learn all of this? And he was like his roommate was a servant in one of the bachelor's home, and he just got an Oracle book at home and he mugged up the entire Oracle book. And I had to convince my HR a lot that we should give chance, because current world with so many fake profiles, it actually doesn't allow us to invest into people where you don't have a right credentials or right merit behind you. But when I actually got him an offer, and after that we actually made a process of it, that we will actually go to dhabas, we'll go to farmlands, and where probably these people never got a chance to learn, educate themselves, but they have an amazing aptitude, they have an amazing logical and reasoning, which kind of comes to them naturally. They are gifted. We actually went ahead and we hired 16 more people, and even today there are a couple of them, like whenever they go to Tirupati, whenever they go to some places, they will always kind of come to my home and they will give me a calendar, they will give me a sweet. At times I feel very overwhelmed. They're like, they make you feel like a god, like because of you only we exist. I don't want to be that, but the kind of satisfaction that I kind of get, that when you are able to touch someone's life, and that journey carried on for me. I was fortunate enough to support one of the orphanage where a lot of these girls are left on the roads, and there was this one government employee who actually took them to his house, and he actually set up the entire dorm and food and education for them. So I started associated with that person, and it just felt so nice when there was one instance where I had a couple of my colleagues also who actually went along with me to this orphanage, and they started singing for me over there. And it was not like you just go to an orphanage, you give ice cream for your happy birthday or something. They actually showed that emotion towards me. And after that, we as a group, like 4 or 5 of us, we started an initiative that we will get all of these girls their education sponsored, their food sponsored, and they don't go through any hard life while they are growing up. All of this has been a very limited environment for me. A lot of these emotions are there in this book, in the story, and I am looking at this particular book and this story as a stage to amplify this kind of a feeling to the entire world. So that is what I want every of my reader to feel, that compassion, that feel to need to do something for someone, and just live that moment. There is nothing which can beat that.
Okay. That was a beautiful answer. So now we would like to open up the Q&A to the audience. So we already see hands up there. Could we get the mic there?
So, Vipul, what is one of the most surprising discoveries or a very shift in perspective that you had while you were writing this book?
I would say I became a little bit non-religious, and I became more logical. Sorry, does that answer your question? Sorry.
And let's say, as a reader, if I have to have a shift of perspective after reading this book, what that would be? What would be the takeaway for the reader?
They will see themselves in this book, definitely. And that is actually also going to define the success for me also in this entire story. If I am able to get that emotion out, if the readers are able to see themselves somewhere in the character. There is this one, like a lot of you actually know me that I am a very competitive person, and out of random discussion, random thought, random quote I'll hear, and I'll feel like, no, I have to write a better thought, I have to write a better quote of the day than this person. And there was this quote which actually everybody says about Mahabharata, that every person will actually find themselves in that particular story. So that is the challenge that I gave myself, that every person will find themselves in the Jambudveep series.
Congratulations for the first book, and then I'm not too much into the fiction books, but definitely will give it a shot and then share that. So thanks for the other tips about like how do we balance it while you're doing the day job, right? So anything you want to talk a little bit more to how did you do that to get to this level? Because I'm myself trying to do something, but it's challenging.
No, I'm completely aware of that, Raju. So before I actually get to that answer, I really want to talk about two people in this audience because your question actually would help to hear the thoughts from them as well. These people never knew me, probably about a couple of weeks ago. And the kind of grounded, they are celeb, they have done a great job in this entire, industry, movie industry. And when I actually met them, when I actually spoke to them for the first time, first of all, I couldn't believe that they are talking to me over a video call. And the way they invited me to their house, they actually, heard the entire story. So I really want to introduce also an actor also who has done a great job in the industry. So before I answer your question, so I really want to thank both of you to come all the way from Bombay for this particular event and supporting me, supporting this journey, supporting this story. I really can't say how touched I am.
Thank you so much. Pleasure is all ours. And this is actually a very, very humbling opportunity for both of us. This is a great lunch, and the way these three characters have been introduced, this is something that our industry should borrow from you.
Thank you so much. So yes, I know that. Sorry for putting you on the spot over here, but in case if you have heard his question, I would really like to hear your thoughts also, because I know that you are a lot more senior to me in writing journey. So probably I can also learn something from you.
Can I hear the question again once, please?
Yeah. When are you signing up for the movie? For this?
So
No, that's not the question, but yeah. Yeah. The question is, how do you balance the our day job with the writing passion? So, mainly. Okay.
So the first part, that when am I signing in? So I'm an actor. So I would like to be cast in that series whenever it is being done on Netflix or Amazon, wherever. Okay, so that answers the first part. The second part, so okay, I also write. I'm an actor, as I said. So whenever you find time, he said that he likes to write in the night. So I like to write in the mornings. So I think each to his own. Whenever you find time, and I think writing comes to you. You don't sit and think that, okay, fine, I'll write now, and the ideas will start coming to you. It comes to you, and then you start writing. I think he mentioned it in a similar way, right? Yeah. So that is the idea.
Any other questions?
Hi, Vipul, and hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to mention something like the thing I love the most about this book. So the thing is that you have written the character Tejomayi, and what I love the most is that you have not written her as someone who has brains only, because most of series or movies, as we see, the female character is shown as someone who is into brains and books and all that. But here you have given her as the muscle, as you told. So I like that. Like, I loved it so much. And my question would be, what made you believe, like when you started writing this, and this is a very different genre, and what made you believe that okay, readers are going to read this book, they will read this book?
Honestly, I never actually gave it a thought. I just felt that this is really powerful. There is something, whether readers like it or don't like it, some people are definitely going to hate it. It's not that. And my wife Amisha, she always keep preparing me for it. That be ready for it. Don't get disheartened if somebody gives a wrong comment or anything. But honestly speaking, I just felt like this just cannot stay within my library. This has to go out. It deserves to go out into the public.
I am really very proud of you, and believe me, I admire you for Bharat Kshetra, and I'm very inspired. So my question is, so it's a very basic question. So this is for all the aspiring writers out here. I'm asking on behalf of them. It's an amateur question though. So you must be having a lot of thoughts and must have felt clustered and fogged at a given point of time, in many stages while writing Bharat Kshetra. So, like with structuring the ideas in a particular sequence, you must have felt ki initially it would be very haywire. So, what would you suggest? How to proceed further with this? How to get out of this?
I would just say that I actually never felt that. That I always knew that how am I going to start, how my story is going to be structured, because there was already a years of thought process and research already went into it. The moment I started my writing journey, I knew what my first scene is going to be. I knew how exactly I am going to build onto it. So yeah, answer the question for me. To the writers that I would say that read a lot, research a lot, make sure that you are very clear with your entire thought process, that what is a message that you want to give out, what is goal or the mission of your writing, what is the outcome that you want to achieve out of it. It can be a very simple email, it can be a very small blog on a LinkedIn. Just identify that what exactly you want to achieve out of it. And if it's something, it can be something like just to satisfy yourself, satisfy your ego, if not anything else. But make sure that, okay, how would I satisfy my own ego? So let me just create a world for myself in which I am the god. I can write anything in this. So that's how you just develop onto it.
Thank you so much.
Before I ask my question, just want to say that you're someone who's always inspired me and many of us. I mean, you're a leader at Walmart, and just when I thought you couldn't do more, and you've inspired us so much at work, you come up with this as well. So yeah, kudos to you, and just one of the many hats you've donned. So congratulations once again. So my question is, I'm an avid reader, like many people here, and we all, when we read, we all have our own upbringing, own biases, own preconceived notions that we come with while reading any book, right? So I want to ask you, when we start this book, what are some of the, some bias or preconceived notions we should set aside and, enter when we get into this journey of reading this book?
I would say that this actually question came to me also when I was writing this. I knew that I definitely believe that some of this is going to happen. So I have actually made a full glossary. It's a very extensive glossary. It's a very interesting read as well. So do read that as well. If anything challenges your own thought process, it's not a glossary, but actually you will understand that what was my thought behind writing this particular concept, which may not have come out in the story. So yeah, give it a shot. Do help me, do support me by reading the glossary also in the book.
Do we read that first and then the book, or during the book? How should we do?
So we have actually also created a website, the Jambudveep Series.com. It is live right now. Anytime you will actually come across any word or any concept, you can. I have done a great job in a search over there. I never did search in Walmart, but yeah, I did a search over there. You can actually search any term over there, and it will actually give you a very nice explanation out there.
Are there any more questions from the crowd?
Put me on the spot here. So, I've seen your transformative journey. That's okay, I'm too loud. So I think I see a big change. Okay, I'm a person, as you said, very competitive. You want results always very quickly. And again, this is a big transformation where writing is a business of patience. Correct? I want to understand from you, how did you actually hold yourself back without thinking, okay, today I'm writing, this is draft number 1, and let me launch it. Yeah, that you always are is a person who wants result fairly quickly. So how did you hold yourself back? How that transformation happened to you, where that patience came and you realized, okay, this is ready, and now I have to try. So please share your journey.
So actually, this is also, I would give a tip to any upcoming writer or aspiring writers. What I did was that I identified the set of readers at the initial stage, like somebody who reads only fiction, somebody who reads only non-fiction, somebody who don't read at all, somebody who reads anything. And I actually, made a list of, in my Excel, I write down all the readers, and I see that I keep shooting out the chapters that I was writing to all the entire group. And the feedback that I was receiving from that readers group, that this is now sounding boring. This is where I lost the interest. This is where I stop and I'm not able to move ahead. So those kind of recommended suggestions was keep on coming to me. I think that helped me a lot to keep showing me that okay, I had to reciprocate every day. Like I was getting the feedback, and I got some wonderful people who actually again supported me in this entire reading journey as well. I know I have pestered a lot of you that no, आपका feedback नहीं आया अभी तक, जल्दी से भेजिए. आपने अभी तक पढ़ा नहीं है. You have not read a lot. But yeah, identify the advanced readers is what my suggestion to all the writers.
I just want to share that I loved the logo that you have created of Jambudveep series, the Jambudveep logo. So I would like you to explain the logo to all of us, please. Can we have the logo on the screen of Jambudveep series?
Yeah, no. So Jambudveep, it's a name of an island, which basically means Jambun ka island. Jambu means Jambun tree. So what I did was that I just created a tree, a Jambun tree, which is basically plums. What you call it in English? People who don't understand Jambun over here. And so there are 7 fruits on. There are 7 jambuns on the tree, which actually represents the 7 kshetras or 7 realms that are on Jambudveep. Where 4 of them are the ripe ones, the red ones, where there is no. It's not a karma bhumi. There are immortals who actually live there, and they are like very spiritually high. So that 4 ripe, that they are always ripe. So that 4 jamun basically denotes that. There are 2 black ones, which actually represents. There are 2 kshetras where spiritual is really low right now. It's a dark age that we all are in right now. So one of them is Bharat Kshetra, and another one is Eravat Kshetra over there. The one on the top, which is a golden jamun, which is the center of the Jambudveep, where there is a Mahavide. That's a place where there is always a living Tirthankar who lives there. Spirituality never goes down over there. So that represents, and the golden ball in the center, that's basically the Meru Parvat, which is again in the center of the Mahavidya Kshetra. So that represents a Meru Parvat, which is a golden mountain in Jambudveep. Then you will see there are 6 main branches, which actually represent the 6 major lakes in Jambudveep. And then there are 14 sub branches which comes out of those 6 branches, which basically represent the 14 major rivers of Jambudveep. And then there are 6 routes below major routes, which actually represent the 6 major mountain ranges of the Jambudveep. So this is how we actually came up with this Jambudveep logo.
It's a beautiful logo.
I'll just go quickly on this one. Sorry. Congratulations, Vipul, on the book, first of all. Super excited to read this. This is one of my favorite genres. And of course, talking about, this was one question which I had on the logo itself. I wanted to understand what it was, so thanks for explaining it beautifully. The other part is, and I don't know how many questions are following this, but as excited as you've already got us about the book, and the fact that you also said that it doesn't have to remain in your library, it has to move out. I was hooked onto this kind of a genre when I first read Amish in 2010. The only pain point for me at that point of time was every book was at least 2 years. Okay, so my question now, and I know it's an early one, but you spoke about Eravat Kshetra as one of the other Kshetras. When do we see part 2?
So part 2, we are planning this year itself, so it's not going to take even a year. That's a goal, that we want to release the book as soon as possible. I am in a progress of, I would not say finishing, I have finished the entire plot, my chapter designs and everything. So hopefully I am going to finish the manuscript very soon. But it's still not, Eravat Kshetra is still not going to come in book 2. So it's going to take some more time, Eravat to come in.
Hi, Vipul. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Especially your mom and dad. They came to know that I was in Bangalore. visiting from US to my daughter's house, and they said, you must come to this event. I said, yes, I won't miss it. No, congratulations on the wonderful job that you have done. Very nice. Then this would inspire all the Jain kids, especially. It's very hard to understand the Jambudveep Series because I've studied through my Jain classes, but it was so hard for me to understand it at that time. But you made it looks like so easy. So the whole world kids, the whole entire world, okay, would study your book and would come to know so much about Jainism. And besides Jainism, you must have studied Jainism so deeply. That's how, especially your mom, she is a very religious person, I know that. And then on top of that, you must have studied some other religions as well. What are the other religions you studied to help you out with this Jainism, Bharat Kshetra?
So my focus was largely towards the science part of like what exactly every religion has to offer. That was my focus. But I did read most of the Purans. Largely I was focused towards Harivansh and Shiv Puran. These are the two Purans. A lot of concepts have been taken out from there. There are some concepts which are written in Quran and Hadith. I don't know, sorry Yasmin if I'm pronouncing it right. Please do feel to correct me. He always has a power to do that. I did read Christianity. I did read the entire Buddhism, the concept of the life and death. Like this, it's a very different way of looking at life. The way Buddhism looks at it, I would say. And along with all of this, I did study the entire Egyptian way of looking at the life, the way they were driving it, how exactly they were treating their gods. Okay, how did somebody or some king become a god? At what position? After what did he do? And something about the Mayans, which is the Southern American part of it. So all of these elements has been stitched together in this entire story.
Thank you so much. You have studied so much. God bless you.
Congratulations on the book release. My question would be, have you written any scene in the book which you absolutely hated, but you had to write it?
Progress of writing my book too. There is a scene that I'm still pondering upon, and every time I have already written that particular scene almost 25-30 times, and I'm stuck at that particular scene. It's a very disturbing scene. So I would say that it's not going to be part of book one, the scene that I have written which has disturbed me or I absolutely hated to write it. But you will see that in book 2, in chapter 2.
And I really love those introduction songs. That was really good.
I think we can wrap up then.
Yeah, before we wrap up, I just want to. There were few people who actually, without them, this book would not have come alive. I really want to, pass my gratitude to them. One of them is Rutvi, who actually, made the entire map of Jambudveep much more simpler for readers to understand, and she supported me. So she's the one who has done the illustrations in the book, Rutvi. Out of the support, I really want to thank Yasmin, who actually conceptualized. She actually knew my thoughts. She knew that what exactly I'm thinking. How would I prefer my book cover to be like? So the book cover that you guys are seeing here, this entire thing came into life. It was because of Yasmin. She was the one who actually gave life to it. Then there is Nivya. I don't know if she is there in the. She is there in the crowd. She is the one who actually helped me design the entire logo of the Jambudveep series. Thank you so much, Nivya, for helping me out and supporting me in getting it done. And I just can't thank enough to all my initial readers. Obviously, family was always there. It just doesn't go without taking them for granted. But I have such a massive family. It's not only my family who I'm related to with blood, but my entire office family, my entire friend circle. I see Satish and Gautam, they are my childhood friends and they are sitting out there. So yeah, being with me always. And Satish also, supported me in the entire publishing journey, that how to reach out, what are people to reach out, and we were always connected. So I have got such a wonderful family of friends and colleagues. It never felt like colleagues. So I really want to thank all of you. Last but not least, I really want to thank Reva. She actually went beyond her job profile. It was not her job to actually, help me out in this entire plot development, the book cover, how we can enhance it. There were some of the discussions that we have had, like even to discuss the further plots of the book, that how I should be developing it and guiding me, mentoring me. Thank you for believing in this entire thought of the book.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
But there are two people that I should not miss in the readers community, who was giving me feedback constantly and making sure that the right feedback reached me, the entire story development and all. One is my sister-in-law, my Bhabi Tanvi, who actually helped me out in developing, and one of the person who's actually not here, she lives in US. She is my cousin sister Prachi. Both of these people were like at the initial stage, they were constantly available. Like even if I had to talk about some of the story plot at night, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, midnight, they were always there to support me. And because of them, I was, answering the question, because of them, I was able to keep proceeding to the further chapters. And, behind all of this, she may not be part of the book, like a book journey or something, but without her, it was like we just became parents, and she just made sure that I am focused towards my interests. She just made sure that I am eating on time, I am staying healthy, making sure that I am not too distracted. At times I was very disturbed, I was in tension. She used to just come and hold my hand and just calm me down. Don't worry, it will happen. So I really want to thank my wife. I don't know, Amisha, if she's there on the crowd. And we were parents of a very young kid. It's not very easy job, to make sure that they are doing their homework, they are eating on time, they are, playing the sport, going to the classes and everything. She actually, when I said that I am doing 2 jobs, I don't know how many jobs she is doing, and making sure that I am successful in my 2 other jobs. Probably she is doing 10 other jobs to make sure that I am successful at my 2 jobs. So yeah. Thanks.
So we do have a finale that we are saving up. So the last part of the song is yet to be played, which will be followed by a book signing.
एक में शांति, एक में ज्वाला, एक में चलता युग का उजाला,
एक में छाया,
एक उजियारा, एक में टूटा फिर भी सितारा।
प्रेम से बंधे नाम से नहीं, युग से बड़े अंजाम से नहीं।
तीन धड़कन एक विधान, तीन दिशाएं एक अभियान।
तेजा भी तू, माया भी तू, खिंडनी भी तू, छाया भी तू, ओम भी तू,
सोहम भी तू,
धीर भी तू,
अंतर भी तू,
प्रवास भी तू,
प्रयाण भी तू,
अभियान भी तू,
प्रवाह भी तू।
तीन रूप एक शपथ, तीन प्रेम
जगत तेज माया खिंडनी शक्ति ओम सोहम ज्ञान भक्ति प्रवश प्रयाण क्षमा अभियान ओम तेज नमो नमः नमः प्रवाश भी तू प्रयाण भी तू अभियान भी तू अभियान भी तू उद्धार भी तू घाव भी तू क्षमा भी तू झुक कर मांगे जो प्रायश्चित भी तू कुंजी भी तू द्वार भी तू टूटी हुई सांसों का आधार भी तू ओम भी तू सोहम भी तू धैर्य की गूंज अपार भी तू तेज भी तू माया भी तू जिंदगी की मीठी काया भी तू प्रेम भी तू प्रेम ही तू मिच्छामि दुक्कडम कहते भी तू तेज नमो नमः तेज नमो नमः तेज नमो नमः
મારા ભાઈને તો ટોર્ચર કરીશ કેટલું કામ કરાવ્યું છે ગાંડાએ મને.
So yeah, approx 8 hours are left for the event and we are here currently.
She keeps complaining that where is Kanchan in the book? Where is Kanchan in the book? You have only mentioned it once.
Okay, so
अच्छा वो भी रिकॉर्ड हो गया वाओ
okay.
Just yeah, bro, you don't have to go away. Smile करते करते हमारे फोटो बड़े अच्छे please not open.
And I have fun while doing it. Don't stress about it. कुछ भी बोल दी चलेगा टूटी फूटी हिंदी.
Okay. It's a.
Wait, can we? Okay. Which character surprised you the most while writing?
Which character?
Surprised? Can you not understand?
नहीं थोड़ा सा फास्ट चला जा रहा है वो.
Oh, sorry. Which
कुछ वो
character
थोड़ी-
surprised you the most while writing?
Told via very fantasy-driven. Why I am prolonging my answer? It's an epic saga.
Yes. How was the editing process like for you? Were there a lot of changes from? This is so weird asking this.
Yes,
We want everybody who is promoting Bharat Kshetra to be like, you know, to do the best. Whatever they wear, whatever they read, everything should be the best.
If you are not going to ask that, let's say
Feels
that.
like Phil leading on.
No, if you are not going to ask that, I'll make sure that I am going to talk it out loudly. Oh, you forgot one question. We actually were supposed to discuss one more question. We were supposed to talk about editing process.
Thanks for pointing out that I did not do my job correctly. Oh, it's all getting recorded as well. Yeah.
नहीं मच्छर भी रिकॉर्ड हो गया क्या?
कैमरा चल रहा है अभी?
नहीं बट बीबी
उसके लिए बुरा लगा आपको?
नहीं बीबी तो कुछ और मोमेंट में भी तालियां बज रही थी. मेरे को वही बहुत अच्छा लगा कि मतलब कुछ मोमेंट्स में भी बजी है. मेरा चेहरा थोड़ा सा भी खराब आया है ना, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
इनका हुआ है आपका परफेक्ट है, इनका हुआ है, आप पे पूरा कुलदीप का फोकस है, आप पे तो कुछ हिला भी नहीं है.
हाँ टेलिंग बाबा मतलब आपने बोला ना कि मैं एक क्वेश्चन ट्रिगर करूंगी बैकग्राउंड में एंड यू आर टेलिंग इट. हाँ अभी ऐसी करने के लिए.
अरे आपको जो बोलना है मुझे बताइए तो मैं पूछ लूंगी. मुझे नहीं मालूम आपको क्या आंसर करना है.
नहीं आंसर क्या करना है. नहीं ओके.
हम लोग का एक्सपेक्टेशन तो हम लोग का इतना नहीं था. हम लोग को लगा नॉर्मल, लेकिन तुम जिस हिसाब से आंसर दिया सब कुछ इतना ज्ञान था तो सबको लगा नहीं बहुत ज्ञान हो गया राजा के पास. अभी
ये ज्ञान और बढ़ाना पड़ेगा वरना फिर रिपीटेड आंसर्स लगेंगे. आगे और बहुत कुछ सीखना पड़ेगा है ना.
हमको कब माने वो फील हुआ ना जब बाहर साइन करने के लिए आया ना तो सब पब्लिक टेबल के पास साइन कराने के लिए भीड़ कर दिया ना, तब लगा कि राजा अब सेलिब्रिटी बन गया. हाँ ऐसा फीलिंग तब आया. हम खाली कोना में चुपचाप खड़ा होके देख रहा था. अब लगा कि हाँ अब विपुल सेलिब्रिटी हो गया.